The woman who ended my daughter's marriage sat at my kitchen table, drinking coffee 3 times a week for 2 years, always polite, always sweet, always asking about the kids. I trusted her completely. I shared everything, every worry, every argument, every tiny struggle my daughter faced with her husband. I thought I was confiding in a friend. I didn't realize I was handing her the ammunition. Before I tell you exactly what she did with everything I said, I need you to understand why I never suspected a thing. My name is Beatrice. I'm 78 years old, and in the last 5 years, I've learned more about human nature than in all the decades before. Not because I suddenly became wiser. I learned because someone I trusted betrayed me. Someone who smiled while quietly taking note of my family's pain. And the worst part? I gave her every word she needed to hurt us. Her name was Carol. She lived just a few streets away. We met at church and started talking about normal things: gardening, recipes, grandchildren, nothing unusual. Then one day, I casually mentioned my daughter was going through some difficulties in her marriage. That was all it took. Carol leaned over, touched my hand, and said, "You can tell me anything. I won't say a word." I believed her. We all want to believe someone who listens truly cares. For 2 years, I talked. I told her about my daughter's marriage struggles, my son's financial issues, my grandson's challenges at school, every concern, every worry. And Carol listened. No judgment, no interruption, just a nod, a refill of my coffee, a sympathetic ear. I thought I had found a true friend. 3 months ago, I discovered the truth. Everything I confided to her, every personal detail, had been shared with others. My daughter's marital issues became gossip at the book club. My son's money problems were retold as cautionary tales at church. My grandson's school struggles turned into whispered warnings among other parents, and with each retelling, the stories became more exaggerated, more distorted. My daughter became the difficult wife. My son became the irresponsible son. My grandson became the problem child. And all of it was because I couldn't stop talking. I gave Carol all the tools she needed to do this. I realized this when my daughter cut me out completely. She stopped answering calls. She didn't come to family dinners. When I finally confronted her, she asked one question: "Why did you tell Carol about our marriage?" I tried to minimize it, saying I didn't tell her much. But she laughed, a bitter, knowing laugh, and told me that half the church knew details I hadn't even shared with anyone else. Every story twisted, every private struggle turned into entertainment. My daughter's words hit me hard. "You traded my privacy for sympathy from someone you barely know." She was right. You might think, well, Carol was just a gossip. Avoid people like her. But the truth is deeper. It's not only about avoiding bad people. Even those we trust can unintentionally spread our family's pain because to them, it becomes a story, not a problem they live through themselves. So, what should you do when you're struggling and need to talk? Venting to a neighbor, a coworker, or even a kind person at church is risky. Instead, turn to a professional, a therapist or counselor, someone legally obligated to maintain confidentiality. Or, if necessary, speak to one trustworthy family member who has proven they can keep secrets. When you do speak, stay vague. Don't name names. Don't give identifying details. Say, "I'm worried about someone in my family. rather than, my daughter's husband is lazy and she's thinking of leaving him. The difference is enormous. One is venting, the other is handing someone a weapon. Here's a test you can use. Before you say anything, ask yourself, if the worst person possible heard this, what would happen? If the answer frightens you, stay silent. Even good people share what they hear because your problems become entertainment to them. And once a story leaves your mouth, you can't control where it goes, how it's twisted, or who eventually hears it. Carol didn't think of herself as a gossip. She thought she was helping. She justified every betrayal as concern. But she told my daughter's husband's mother about my daughter's unhappiness, sparking distrust, resentment, and unnecessary fights. That one action, fed by my endless coffee table confessions, ended a marriage that could have survived its rough patch. My venting destroyed not only the marriage, but also my relationship with my daughter and my grandson's sense of stability. What should you do instead? Write your worries down, journal, pray, go for a walk and scream into the sky. Do anything that keeps your family's pain from being handed to someone with no stake in keeping it private. And if you absolutely must speak to someone, make sure they have more to lose than you do if your words spread. At 78, I've seen secrets I shared decades ago come back to hurt the people I love most. Every time, it's because I thought talking was harmless. It isn't. Venting doesn't lighten the load. It spreads it like a disease. Your family's struggles are theirs, not yours to share. Protect their privacy like you would protect money, jewelry, or anything else valuable. Once it's gone forever. I lost a year with my daughter because I didn't understand this. Don't make the same mistake. Keep your family's pain within the family. Protect it, respect it. And if you ever doubted the danger of sharing too much, trust me, the cost is far higher than you think. If you've ever regretted telling someone your family's private matters, you already know what I mean. Learn from it faster than I did. Subscribe to the Wisdom Diaries for more life lessons learned the hard way.